Good evening and welcome. I'm Scott Eisberg. Second to last week of the season. Greg Brzezowski will be here in a second because of COVID precaution. Regions wrapped up, making these weeks pretty interesting. Of course, you know whether you are in or not already, but in a shortened season, every game just means more. Our game of the week, Goose Creek at Ashley Ridge. Gators let a 21-point lead slip away in a loss to Stratford a week ago. Momentum going against the team that is in the playoffs. On the other side, Ashley Ridge coming off the first win of the Shane Fiddler era over Stall. So let's head out to Flowertown for this one. There are the Swamp Foxes. We're going to pick it up in the first quarter. It's Goose Creek that strikes first. Third down, little pass to Dimitri Simmons. He's gone. Look at him do the work. 47 yards. And nobody's even near him on that touchdown. Impressive. After an Ashley Ridge TD, Drew Moore, 30 yards to James Levine. Touchdown Gators. It's 14-7. Then 50 yards more to Kion Smith this time for a wide open touchdown. 21-7 Gators on top. Ashley Ridge not giving in. Troy Grant, a little pitch for a touchdown. 21-14 game, minute and a half left. Goose Creek up 14 and punting. A terrible snap. Braylon Bryant all over it for a touchdown. 28-21. That's as close as they come. They don't get it back. Goose Creek escapes. 28-21 the final score. Old-time rivalry, Berkeley and Summerville playing tonight on the Dorchester County side. Some research done by historians that deal in these matters this week. The consensus now believes this is the 83rd meeting between the two teams dating back to 1923. Let's head to Memorial Stadium. There's Green Wave head coach Ian Rafferty coaching in a rivalry he knew well as a player. First quarter, Summerville strikes first. Colby Shirey tucks and runs to the outside. Pretty score. Wave up 7-0. Back comes Berkeley. How about this play? Certainly a play of the night nominee. Trey Minor to Solomon Butler, and look at him split the defenders. 61 yards to the house. He is gone. Back comes Summerville. Terrence Geddes this time. A nice touchdown run coming right at me. 31 yards. You got to point at the camera. If you're going to score like that, you got to give it a little point, a little showboat. But Berkeley not backing down. Minor to Troy Reed for the touchdown here. But in the second half, Summerville pulls away. 42-20 is the final score from McKissick Field. Greg, let's send it back to you to see how Fort Dorchester reacts this week.
Yeah, Scott, the Patriots are still undefeated, but let's just say they got all they could handle a week ago against their rival in that Summerville team that just won again. Down a few scores to the Wave in the second half. Fort D mounts a major comeback and wins by one single point in the game of the year. But Steve LaPrade finding out still plenty for his team to work on. Tonight, they see what they can work on as they visit Wando. Fort Ball under that full moon there, near full moon I should say. Dwayne Wright gets the carry. Long run down the far sideline. 45 yards into the red zone. It leads to Chase Kennedy kicking a field goal. The chip shot is good for the first points of the game, make it 3-0. The Warriors then getting the ball, looking to move on offense. Not move backwards, but Justin McElveen has different ideas. He sacks Braden Pritchard right there. Wando would then later get the ball back. Pritchard airing it out, but he's picked by Jalen Levine. He pins the ball to his helmet. Little David Tyree nod. I see. I'm a Giants fan. We don't have much to root for, so I'll take it where I can get it. No points out of the turnover by the second quarter. It's the home team's defense stepping up. Check the big hit by Max Pickren on O.J. Washington there. It leads to another Fort field goal. And then finally, Patriots get in the end zone midway through the second, right in from 3 yards out. Fort on their way to a big 41-7 W. Kane Bay making the trip over to West Ashley. Coaches looking to get their sides ready for this one. The first, it's Kane Bay with the ball and Javion Johnson taking off. Touchdown Cobras. What a way to start it right there. West Ashley then taking over. Cole Mundy in trouble, is not going to be able to find an open man, so DeAndre Smith gets in there for the sack. Kane Bay gets the ball back, and you see Johnson hand it off here to Leon Staley. He rushes in the end zone. That's a touchdown, but West Ashley goes on to win 21-14. Scott. back over to you.
All right, thank you very much, Greg. Let's talk some more 5A here. You don't want to live in the past, but if you are Stratford, the win you grabbed a week ago, a win that could propel you through the entire offseason. Down 21-0, the Knights come back and win the Golden Goose by a point over their rivals Goose Creek, a team that is heading to the playoffs. Not bad. Don't want to let down against Stall tonight. Let's head over there to the beautiful stadium. There is Joe Bessinger. Pick up this one in the second quarter. Stratford up 14-0. Knights in the red zone. Josh Davis, two-step drop ball is thrown and caught in the end zone by Demarius Anderson. It is a 21-0 Stratford lead. Following drive, Stall QB Charles Watson with one of those plays you really want back. Players glide, ball drop, picked up by Landry Walker. The next play, Knights hand the ball off, but the Warriors knock the ball loose. It bounces around before being picked up by Stall. Kaiwan Mack, and he's gone to the house. Warriors on the board. Nice fast editing there. Like that. 21-7. QB Josh Davis. Big-time baseball commit for Clemson with a pass out to the wide receiver, Demarius Anderson. Anderson is swirled around but stays on his feet. Off goes the sideline and breaks another tackle at midfield. Touchdown Knights. Pretty. Stratford wins it. 56-12 is the final score. Stay with us. Much more after the break, including the Pinnacle Trophy up for grabs. It doesn't get bigger than that for charter schools owned by Pinnacle. Welcome back. Final game of the regular season for Oceanside, and it does not get bigger than this. The Pinnacle Cup, huge rivalry against their sister school, Gray Collegiate. Oceanside has owned the trophy its entire two-year existence, but boy, is Gray good. Could have the best running back in the state. They come in undefeated, ranked number 2 in 2A. But Oceanside's undefeated too. So Johnson, hey, good we go. There's the trophy on Oceanside sideline. They want to keep it there, but they trail 21-13 in the second. Here come the Land Sharks. Garrison Kepley. Play action hits Vaughn Blue, 34 yards for the first down. Then in the red zone, it is Kepley finding Rico Harrell, who gets in the end zone. OCA now trails by 2, 21-19. Gray Collegiate gets the ball, but gives it back. Tratavius Robinson fumbles on the snap. Marcus Adams falls on an Oceanside ball. What a big play, because in an instant, they take the lead. Beautiful pass, Kepley to Zy Offord. That is a 40-yard touchdown, 26-21, Oceanside. It's answered right back. Warhawks, Robinson rainbows this ball way up in the air, comes down in the hands of Justin Brunson. Flag was for defensive pass interference, so it's a TD to jump back in front. Back and forth, these two end up tied. They go to overtime. Oceanside misses a field goal. Gray gets a touchdown. War Eagles win the Pinnacle Trophy for the first time. What a game. 40-34 is the final score. All right, let's break away from the highlights for a second here. Though a life-changing accident took a game away from a James Island Charter Trojan, it couldn't crush the spirit of a 25-year-old who never gave up on a dream. Here's Rachel Ellis.
There's no telling what's on the other side.
Cornell, what's up, boy?
Of this high school cafeteria door.
All right, man. Hey, well, look, we're going to leave here and go down to the locker room, man. We got something we want to show you, okay?
A 25-year-old who misses a game doesn't know he's walking to fulfill a dream.
Right here, man. Yeah!
A chance to score one more TD for James Island.
It means everything to can really do a lot.
Surrounded by teammates or family, Cornell Stanley was in a horrific car wreck in 2016. It took him off a field he loves.
And so we were very happy when things progressed, because it looked dire there for a while.
His one wish.
Step on this field one more time to score a touchdown. I know he's going to love it.
He embodies the James Island culture of tenacity. He's just a hardworking young man, loving young man, humble.
He's still got that big heart,
with a little body. So that's Cornell Stanley for you.
He still tells me, like, yeah, I still can run people over. I still have it in me.
And at this homecoming game, with a fiery orange sky,
He's a part of the team and a part of our program.
Oh, that's beautiful.
he certainly still has it in him.
Just take whatever happens and go along with life.
All right, so let's show the highlights of that game. Bishop England at James Island. There's Jamar McCoy. Bishop England possession. Eddie Marinaro finds his favorite receiver, the captain, Sammy Gress, for a 15-yard pass play. Next play, Marinaro on the QB keep for 20 yards. Play after that, Marinaro, another run for a 10-yard touchdown. Second quarter, James Island QB tries to find his receiver, but he's picked off by Shane Snyder. This is a wild, wild, wild game. It goes all the way to triple overtime, and James Island wins it. 42-35 is the final score. Hanahan at Philip Simmons. There is Eric Bendig watching his team after a scoreless third quarter pick it up in the fourth. Hanahan up 14-7. Just over 5 minutes to go. Jonathan Shelton, QB sneak from the 4. That's a touchdown, 21-7. Last chance for Philip Simmons. Trip Williams looks left, staring down his receiver, launches it, and he is intercepted. Hanahan wins it. 21-7 is the final score. Greg, over to you for a showdown in Walterboro.
Yeah, familiar face visiting our market area tonight. It's the good doctor, Jerry Brown, fresh off his big Players Gate naming honor at Berkeley High, bringing his Wade Hampton Red Devils team, losers of 2 straight to Colleton County. So let's go down to Walterboro. Colleton County linking arms and getting ready to go and take the field. They take advantage of great field position off the kick return as Trey Magwood runs in for the first score. Fell 2-pointer, makes it 6-0. Then Wade Hampton comes right back. Andrew Robinson, that's to give Wade Hampton the 7-6 lead. They build on that momentum. Trent Anderson grabs a pick right here, setting Wade Hampton up in scoring position. And Anderson would come through one more time as he gets in, makes it 13-6. Wade Hampton at the half, but the Cougars keep them scoreless in the second and win 20-13. Really cool connection for tonight's Timberland cross game. New Timberland head coach Greg Wright. He's a Cross High grad playing his alma mater, and his first cousin, Cross head coach Sean Wright. So let's go to Ravenel Stadium, the first annual Wright Bowl Trophy. How cool is that for these cousins to go against each other, bragging rights before they probably link up on Thanksgiving. Highlight number 2 right here. Trojans go for it on 4th down. They were scoreless at this point, but they're stopped by Sam Moultrie, the big sack right there. Timberland would have to punt it away. Cross gets the ball back. They go for it on 4th again, and Moultrie with another sack to give it right back to the Wolves. Timberland goes for it on a 4th down their own, and believe it or not, they're stopped by a bunch of Trojans there. No points in the third quarter at all. Timberland takes a 12-0 lead in the 4th and wins it 18-0. Burke headed to Baptist Hill. Nice pink jerseys tonight. We are in October, last game of October here for breast cancer awareness. Baptist Hill goes for the touchdown. Kevin Townsend gets in there and makes it happen. Still in the first. Baptist Hill with the ball at the 20. Townsend looking for a man downfield. Donnell Gaithers Jr., that's another TD. And then here later, Townsend finds Jalen Ford with a quick fake, but he would be hit hard by Burke's Josh Robinson. You'll see here in a moment. And then later on, you see Baptist Hill still kind of has their fingerprints over all this one. They win it 54-0. North Charleston facing off with Charleston Math and Science. Math and Science has the ball first here in the highlights. A bad snap. Ball goes in the back of the end zone. That's a safety and leads to a safety kick. How's that work out there? Well, Jalen Yeadon is going to recover it off the ground, and he's going to go all the way 40 yards. This is a touchdown. Math and Science would be able to then get the ball back. It's a bad snap here too, and it's recovered by it's recovered by North Charleston right there. And then Tyrell Gadsden will hand the ball off to Dash Williams for the touchdown. And we don't have a score from that one right there.
Yeah, you got to call it a score, guys. Got to call it a score. We've tweeted for it, tried to get it. We'll let you know if we get it by the end of the show. Also wanted to bring up one little thing. Just got a text message from West Ashley head coach Donnie Kiefer. Just wanted to get a little more attention for his team. He said they were up 14-0 at halftime. They had 3 touchdowns called back. Highlights made it look like we had a fight from behind to win with no West Ashley highlights. We do apologize. West Ashley has made incredible steps this year under Donnie Kiefer. Unfortunately, we are just dealing with what we have photographer-wise right now. COVID, quarantines, everything going on. We are doing the best we can to get to as many games as we can, and sometimes it just falls that way. But congratulations to West Ashley. A great game they played against Summerville, falling just 3-0. A big win tonight over Kane Bay, so congratulations to Donnie Kiefer and the Wildcats. And certainly we'll try to get some more highlights as you guys keep playing.
This First Baptist has been killing it all year, but Porter-Gaud comes in playing their best game of the season a week ago. Matt Kelly here for the Cyclones. Rolling left, throws it downfield. That's a nice 25-yard gain and sets this up. A Porter-Gaud field goal, so they're first on the board, 3-0. First Baptist will get the ball in the second quarter here. Will Daniel hands off to the freshman Davian Brown. He breaks a tackle. He's loose in the field, but he is hit and falls at the 20-yard line. In shotgun here, Daniel, the snap, the quick pass, throws it to Dove Fishburne. He gets in, and that sets up a big night for FBS 51-16. Big win for them. Colleton Prep at St. John's Christian. Mike Howard stalking the sidelines there. Then a big play out the gate. Little flea flicker. Oh boy, getting tricky. It is caught by Caleb Davis. That's a nice little play right there, and it leads to a Colleton Prep 36-34 win over St. John's Christian.
We'll be back right after this. The action for tomorrow, not much of it. Coastal Carolina, Georgia State, ESPNU at noon. And then, of course, that game everyone's talking about, Boston College at Clemson. Trevor Lawrence out with COVID-19. We certainly wish him a speedy recovery. All right, Greg, what did you learn tonight? Real quick.
Big performances from our big schools right here as the regular season winds down. We're starting to see teams like Goose Creek pull ahead and win big games. Fort Dorchester winning big. It seems as though we're seeing the contenders separate themselves as November approaches.
Heck of a game for Summerville, and I think Oceanside's going to be upset after that one. They're going to want to get it back.
Very hungry.
We also want to send our thoughts out to those guys that had to go to the hospital tonight. I think we had one at First Baptist, one at Oceanside. Our thoughts are with them. For everybody, I'm Scott. Have a great night.